Welcome to the second class of the spring session, the second Asana class. We're going to review a few things that we did last class to prepare for a new preparation for Asana. So let's begin the way I begin most of my classes, not with an introduction, but with a breath awareness practice. It's the same one that we used last time, and it's the one I'll use every time. So find your seat. Sits bones on the front edge of your sturdy chair. Knees and feet are hip width apart, and your knees are directly over top of your ankles and heels. Hands rest on the lap, anywhere that's comfortable. Pull your feet a little bit. Don't really move the feet. Remember, just that pulling to find the pelvic angle. Lift and then relax that and let it go. Stay in this position. Take a long, gentle inhale that makes you a little taller. And on exhale, close eyes if that's comfortable, and just soften. Maybe you can soften your ears and shoulders away from each other. And then bring your attention to the breath in your nose. Feel the coolness of the inhale, the warmth of the exhale, then shift your focus to your throat. Notice the breath traveling through your throat. Let's continue to focus on temperatures. So the coolness of the inhale, if you can feel that in your throat, notice how it defines your throat. And then the warmth of exhale. Let that go and shift your attention to your whole chest. Notice the sensation of inhale, and maybe some of that temperature is still present. Maybe you feel the cool of inhale. And the warmth of exhale. Let that focus go and shift your attention down to your belly. Notice how breath moves your belly. We won't get any temperature changes because the air doesn't actually go down there. But notice the sensation of breath moving your belly. Let that focus go. And then remember placing your thumb on your breastbone and the heel of your hand just a little above your navel. The center of your palm is in the center of your body. And feel the breath here. Feel your diaphragm move. And as you become more familiar with that sensation, you won't need your hand anymore. And then notice your whole body breathing from nose to tailbone and tailbone to nose. And then bring eyes open. So let's begin with checking out our upper back and shoulders. Make sure we're in good shape for some more forward bends. Arms down. We're going to coordinate this again with our breath. So we'll exhale before we begin and inhale your way up. Keep your shoulders soft, your neck soft, and exhale down. I'll show that one more time. Inhale up. Soft shoulders, soft neck. Exhale down. Continue at your breath pace, because yours is different than mine. Let your breath be quiet. It should be soft and quiet. Finish the one you're on. Bring that to stillness. And then you guessed it. I'm going to say, notice how you feel. Make sure that your body wants to go on to the next step. Okay, let's check out our backs. We're going to go wide again. Knees and feet are lined up together. This is important for knee integrity. We're going to put our palms on our knees. Inhale here, keep your torso straight and hinge at the hips. Exhale forward, stay straight as long as you can, and then when you can't, begin to bend down until maybe the top of your head is pointed to the floor. Bring your attention to the low back and take a long, steady inhale. On exhale, soften your belly and let your low back release and soften. Bring your attention to the middle of your back and focus your inhale there. And on exhale, let the mid-back soften. Bring your attention to the upper back and shoulders. Long, steady inhale. And on exhale, release the shoulders. Let your neck be limp and soft and your head hang freely. You might remember from last time that we're going to take a deep breath here before we come up. And then inhale your way up, hinging at the hips. Take a moment to notice. Just check in with your body. And while you're doing that, we can bring the feet and knees back in to hip width apart, knees over heels and ankles. Okay, we're going to put it all together now, but I want you to be cautious. Remember, yoga never hurts. No pain, no pain. So if you were having any twinges anywhere in your back when we were doing that forward bend, holding onto the knees, I want you to hold on again. You won't be able to do the arm motions. That's okay. Your back will eventually, most likely, be happy enough to do it later on, but you have to respect it first. But if you had no back twinges, we're going to go ahead and put both motions together. So let your arms hang down. Pull in your feet a little to make sure your spine is long. Exhale here. Inhale up, soft shoulders, soft neck, soft arms, and then hinge at the hips as you exhale down, laying on your thighs. Bring your arms down and your fingers will come right to your heels and your head will hang. Press down with the feet and lift the arms and face up first, and then inhale your way back up again. I'll talk you through one more of those. As we exhale down, hinging at the hips, lying on your thighs, let your arms go limp and bring your fingers in to your heels and your head hangs. Let your neck be really limp. This is a wonderful stretch for the neck and upper back. So I'm going to come back up and I'm going to bring my arms down, but I'd like you to try a few more of those at your breath pace. Your breath pace is always going to be different and it's right for you. So try a few more like that. And then, you guessed it, notice how you feel. Scan your body. Notice particularly anywhere that feels a little warmer, a little tingly. You're probably doing some changes there in a positive way. So, if you were able to do the forward bend with no back pain, we can move on to a standing forward bend with the chair, which is much safer. But I don't want you to try that if you had any twinges doing the full seated forward bend. But if you're feeling okay, let's move on. I'm going to turn my chair But I want you to make sure that your chair is up against a wall so there's no chance of it sliding on the floor when you're using it for support in forward bend. So I'm going to turn my chair around. To face the chair, you need your feet to be about hip width apart and you need to be close to the chair. I'm pretty tall. I'm almost 5'10", and I've never hit my head on the back of the chair. This is why. A forward bend is really a balance pose. You begin by sticking your bottom out, which compensates for the weight of the upper body coming forward. I still don't have any sense of falling like I might on a diving board. It's not that kind of feeling. Practice that a few times. Just straight torso, straight legs. Come just as far as you are comfortable. But feel that sense of balance, as though you're spreading the weight over a larger area, which is indeed what you're doing. Okay, so we're not going to take the arms up the first time. We're going to just let them be limp at our sides and take hold of the chair when it's in range. So, whenever you're opening away from the body, that's almost always an inhale. Whenever you're moving towards the body, that's an exhale. So we're going to inhale here, and then as we exhale, the butt goes out, the limp arms come in contact, I hold on for support, and down I come. Come back up again, and down again. Sticking the bottom out, keeping the torso straight until you need to curve down. Please try a few of those at your breath pace. Notice how you feel. Do a little toe to the top of your head scan, and we'll move on to the next bit. Keep in mind, too, that you can do as many of those as you would like in the pauses. I'm not telling you do 2 or 3 or 4. Do it until you feel comfortable in breath and body. Explore at your own pace. You have to remember, in yoga, your ego is not your amigo. You really need to honor your body, and your body will begin to change in ways that are healthy and ways that are useful for you. But you really can't push if there's pain. So if there was no pain, we're going to add the same arm movements that we had for the seated forward bend. And it'll look something like this. We're going to exhale here. Inhale up. Then you're bending sticking your butt out, bending at the hips, arms down, hands make contact, and just ease down. You can come back up again. And exhale down, sticking that bottom out. No sense of falling whatsoever. And let go of all of your air at the bottom each time. So, try a few more of those at your pace, and I'll check back with you. Remember, too, you can do as many as you like. There's a point at which, when I practice by myself, you're just not getting any joy out of it anymore. Nothing's stretching, nothing's feeling stronger. That's when you want to stop. But when you're still getting that nice lengthening of the muscles along your spine and the backs of your legs, enjoy that. So I'll check back with you in a couple minutes. Do as many as you want, and then start your video again. So let's just add one more little bit to the forward bend with arm motion. You can also do this without the arm motion. if that's what you decided to choose for yourself. So, inhale here. Exhale, stick the bottom out, bend at the hips, down you come, hold on, and soften down, let go of all of your air. Inhale into your belly. Exhale and soften the belly. Release and soften your low back. Inhale into the mid-spine. Soften the top of your belly and let that part of your spine release and relax. And lastly, inhale into your shoulders. And on exhale, soften shoulders, neck, and let your head hang freely if it's not rested on the chair. Remember, we're going to take a big inhale here and exhale because our head is lower than our heart, and then a big inhale coming up. Take a moment to notice how that felt. One of the ways that Patanjali says that we can achieve nervous system regulation is to become more somatically aware, more aware of our bodies, more aware of the messages that our bodies are giving us all the time. And our body is really repressed, you would even say oppressed in this culture and in many other cultures. We're told to ignore signals from our body. So what I'm really encouraging you to do, at least for your yoga time each day, is to become intensely intimate with the messages from your body and notice what you're feeling, because your body is pretty wise and I think you can trust it. So I'm going to turn my chair back around. And we'll close with a little breath meditation that will take you into the pranayama video that follows, and also close out all the good breath work that you've done with this practice today. So find your seat again. Sits bones. Knees and feet are hip width apart. Knees are right over ankles and heels. Your hands can rest anywhere on your lap. You can notice if your shoulder is more comfortable with the palms down or palms up. But in terms of structure, it's really not that important for this portion of the practice. So, find your seat. Take a long, gentle inhale. And on exhale, close eyes if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, just slits and look at the floor or look at your knees. Bring your attention to the breath in your nose. And on exhale, soften jaw. Let your cheeks be limp. Let your forehead smooth. And the little muscles around your eyes slow down their motion. Then let that focus go and bring your attention to the breath moving through your throat. And on exhale, soften the space between ears and shoulders. Let your neck be a little longer and softer. Your chin might come up a little too. That's okay. Bring your attention to the breath moving your chest. And on exhale, soften shoulders again. Let your arms be even more limp. Bring your attention to the breath moving your belly. And on exhale, soften that connection between hips and legs. It offers the feeling sometimes of really being balanced on your pelvic floor. And then bring your attention back into that space between the bottom of your breastbone and your navel. If you still need your palm there to feel it, that's okay. If you don't, put your hand back in your lap. But watch your diaphragm go up and down. Feel it. Take a long, gentle breath and feel each part of your torso breathe. And with your next inhale, bring eyes open. Notice how you feel. And this concludes the second asana class. Remember, asana is really preparation for asana. We're getting ready to be strong enough to have an easy seat for breath practice and for meditation. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or observations or what your experience was like. And please proceed to the pranayama video 2.